Hello and welcome to Reuzel Live. This is the final presentation of 2025. It's been a very long and exciting year. Today we have a very special presentation all the way from across the pond. We've got my friend and colleague, European Technical Manager, Scumbassador, and Schorem alum, Paul Taylor-Clinch. Paul, what's going on, my friend?
Hey dude, how you doing? Guys, thank you so much for joining us on, as Nick said, a very special Christmas special on our Reuzel Lives today. I'm doing well, Nick. How you doing today?
Loving life, man. Just hanging out, getting ready for 2026. Happy to have some time off going into the holidays, hang out with the wife and puppies and friends and family, and ready to take a break. How are
Really
you
good
doing?
stuff. I'm good. I'm good. Been working today, but guys, we are in the back of our store today, just because it is still a working day for us. And as like all of you guys watching, it is our busiest time of the year. So we've been pushed to the back. Hopefully the signal is still good. We got Dan here, our cameraman. He's going to be helping us and sweating out by the end of it, I'm sure. And Abe is going to be our amazing model today. We're going to do something a little bit different today, guys. We're going to be basing Abe's haircut on our Vanguard haircut from our classic collection. However, we go for a longer length at the bottom here in zone one. So I'm going to be looking to retain that. We're also going to be doing in the spirit of this Christmas special, we are going to be doing our 12 tips, Reuzel tips for Christmas. And yeah, I want you guys to follow along. And if you have anything to add, please add to it. Yeah, any questions along the way, I'm sure Nick will let me know. But to start with, guys, we're going to be doing our pre-cut assessment. And like AP has like the most amazing hair. Well, I'm so jealous. I had to pay for mine. But coming through, and I'm just looking how the hair's naturally going to fall. And what we can see here, guys, is for me, we just got as much as I want to retain the length through here. We do have just that little bit too much body just at the back here. So I'm going to aim to tuck that in just a little bit. But of course, with our classic haircuts at Reuzel from our classic collection, we are going to be working with predominantly squares. Now, so our Reuzel tip number one is having that hair nice and moisturized so we can see the density, we can see the fall, we can see the growth patterns, we can see how it's naturally falling. That's really good because it gives us an idea of just what we can do within the haircut. The second tip I've got for you guys today, when doing scissor work, I'm sure you're all familiar with our fabulous grooming tonic. It's definitely my favorite product. You're going to have to let me know in the comments what your favorite product is. But when working with scissor haircuts, guys, I like to put this in before I even start sectioning and cutting. Because what it does is that it's just going to give it that extra, just a little bit of hold. Just so working with our sectioner, we can do nice, clean sections. Now, we're going to find our baseline. As the comb leaves the head, and I'm using the wide teeth of my comb for sectioning, and then the small teeth for combing. You see that, guys? And then as you see, what I'm doing is my comb is at the bottom, because that way holding the top there, gravity is going to force everything below the comb down. So I get that nice, beautiful, clean section in one, guys, yeah? Coming around, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Coming up, and again, combs on the bottom, and I'm following around the head. So I'm literally feeling the section before sight. Now I'm going to check it, and look at that, guys. It's almost like I've done this before. Almost done.
Almost.
So again, I'm just getting all of these hairs nice and tight, nice clean section. Amazing. All right. Now, I'm going to be working on my left side first, guys, because I'm left-handed. So we always want to start on our dominant side. And again, I'm constantly making sure that I've got nice, even moisture in the haircut. Now when we start in zone 2, elevating all of the hair up, maybe just slightly there so the camera can see. And then what I'm doing, guys, is I'm elevating all the hairs to that base. And then what I'm going to do is on my last one, come down like that. I'm just going to go for a trim today because the weight on the sides isn't bad at all. Then we're going to go to the front. Now, tip number 3, I believe we're on, is grooming the hair, guys. You see how I'm constantly combing up, and then as I'm ready to come down, check, which leads us into tip number 4, is I'm retracting the scissor as I cut, guys. Following my section from my baseline, again, elevating everything that will reach. And then across. Now, I've done that on purpose, guys, because like we said in our assessment, I want to retain the length coming through here, but I wanted to just tuck in the back here. So normally we would just follow exactly our sections from our baseline. As we've come to the back here, so at the top of zone 2, chosen to cut horizontally, making it a lighter length than it is here. And then, guys, while we're doing this, it'd be great to know how you guys are going to be spending your Christmas this year. If you celebrate it, if you're just going to be with your friends and family, let us know. Now, moving across to our other side, guys. If you saw what I did there, tip number 5, how do we do it when we get the same lengths on both sides? Well, if you saw what I was doing just then, coming in, and from my section, I cut to the big teeth of the comb, or in this case, the small teeth. Then moving forward. Honestly, I don't know if you guys have been following our Reuzel journey this year, but we've had the busiest year. I know Nick has been absolutely killing it at our Denver Academy. Steph as well. Steph's been doing a lot of traveling this year. And I myself, I was so fortunate. I did 34 flights this year, guys, and it's all thanks to you guys supporting our brand. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that tunes into the lives over the course of these. I'm going to sidetrack here. So I'm going to tell a quick story. All I did is cut one line, which is our baseline. But I kid you not, we have actually done a photo shoot at Reuzel before. And we literally just cut the baseline and styled it out. And it's beautiful squared shape with the length retained at the bottom there. So just goes to show, like, even with like being creative within how we cut at Reuzel, you can still make almost finished looks without actually doing lots of cutting. So I just thought I'd show you that one really quick. If you've come to any of the classes that I've done this year, I always show this when we do like the Vanguard. Just because I think it's really cool.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we've lost your camera feed for some reason.
Oh.
Wouldn't be a live stream. Something didn't go wrong. Just go ahead and exit out of the studio, then come right back in.
Okay.
There you are.
You sure?
Yep, I see it.
All right. There we are. It's getting a bit hot, the phone. Are you all right, Nick? Can you see us?
Yep, loud and clear. Good to go.
Sweet. So, guys, I'm gripping the hair, grooming it. I'm just going to take a step. Now, I've got my baseline here. Usually we work to our sternum, but I'm going to cut it like this just so you can see on camera exactly what I'm cutting. Now, pro tip number 6, I think we're on now, is a lot of people, when we do this, they can easily make it a square layer, or they can make it a round, softer layer by accident. So what I'm going to do, guys, is my comb is going to show me the angle we're creating. So if we see that here, you see it? Oh, I can't get it anymore, lad. There's my baseline, guys. And now we can really see that triangular shape. Yeah, so that's just going to give me that nice reference. See that again? Nice and clean sections, guys. Super important when working with longer hair. Again, go from zone 2. Top of my baseline there. Nice and clean. Now, when I get to the ear, halfway down the ear, sorry, that is when my angle is going to change. So zone 1, when we were talking about zones, guys, below the occipital is zone 1, and the temple area here, this whole area is zone 2. Zone 3 is like the shape that's going to affect like the squareness, and then zone 4 is through the top, just so you guys have an idea of what we're talking about here. Now, so halfway down the ear, which is the mastoid bone, just there, I'm going to use that as a reference point, is where I'm going to change my angle. And instead of coming into a slight taper like we would, I'm now going to retain as much length as I can. It's coming through, baseline. As I got to that mastoid bone, I'm changing the angle here, guys. Just so I can retain that length at the bottom there. Remember, big T for sectioning. Combs going before, underneath the section, not above. Top of the base. And guys, what I truly love about our cutting systems at Reuzel is how you can't get lost. And then changing my angle halfway down. And as I get to zone 1, you see there, I'm just tilting Abe's head down ever so slightly, just so I can really control, excuse me, I can really control the shape and make it nice and consistent. So as soon as I get to zone 1, here we are. Change the section. And then this will be the last one on this side, guys. And down from you, but say great. Now, in terms of silhouette, guys, how nice is that looking? See, it's tucked in there, just following that base from where we went a little bit tighter at the back here, but we've retained the length through here, giving that really cool shape. So it's like I said, it's like our Vanguard, but on purpose with design, we've left it longer at the base in zone 1. And then I enjoyed that so much, guys, we're going to do it again. But you guys can really see how using the grooming tonic, that tip we said earlier, using the grooming tonic is really good just for helping us with our sections here. Now, doing the right side, which is my non-dominant side, this is where I'll really use the comb a lot more. You see how I'm like almost pulling it towards me? Just to make sure that I retain that shape and don't make it too square. Can you see all that done? Is that okay?
Amazing.
Top of my baseline. Yep, we're going in. And then as I get to the mastoid bone here, there it is. And as I get there, we change our angle to retain the length. Just double check this, cover it up. There it is. Making sure we're nice and consistent, guys. Again, like I said, my right side is my least dominant. So I will always double check it to make sure that my cutting is nice and consistent, guys. Really important tip. Top of the base. Cover it up through. And then changing our angle to retain the shape. Nick, have we got any questions or anything, or are we just happy to be here? Either is fine.
So far, looks like everyone's just happy to be here. Stephanie Buckley tuning in. She says, "Hey, Nick and Paul," and some piggy action. Hey, Steph, love you.
Oh, bless her, bless her. Thank you so much for watching, Steph. Get piggy with it. And then at the bottom here, like you said, guys, zone 1. We change our angle to retain that length. Just got to spin it around so I can come across. Boom. And then up. Lovely stuff. Nice. And again, coming across, looking really cool. Retaining that length through here, lighter layers through back there. And what we'll do, chaps and chapettes, is tip number 7 of our Reuzel Christmas tips is a great way to cross-check your work. My favorite way to actually cross-check my haircuts is, do I think it looks good? Sounds incredibly silly, but does it look good is my favorite way of cross-checking. Failing that, if I was doing the graduation going backwards, it's going to be the same going forwards, because that starting point is the same. So just making sure weight is nice and even coming through. Not too much there, literally just on the knuckles, as you call it. So again, if I've cut it to come backwards, a great way to cross-check it is to comb it forwards, guys. Now, guys, even in the shop, because an important question we get asked, and we had it in Denver actually, was how long would this sort of haircut take us if we were doing it in a shop environment? And in all honesty, I would do this in a shop in 45 minutes from start to finish with styling. And it's mainly just because our Reuzel systems are so easy to follow that I can literally just like almost go on like I know the steps. If I do the steps, I know I'm going to be just fine. So now I'm going to be working on connecting the top. So what we're going to be doing our primary part here. And I'm going to do this first one actually just here so you guys can see. I'm going to be working on the apex of the head. So the tallest bone through here, which also, funny enough, will connect to the mastoid. Who knew? Who knew, right? A bit of biology for you there at home. So we have our crown section, which is going to determine the silhouette and rate retention at the back here.
Hey, Paul, we got a question.
Yes, sir.
From the lovely Rochelle out in Canada. Do you have a favorite haircut to cut or teach?
Ooh. To teach.
Friend of the show, might I add. We love Rochelle. She's awesome. She's got great hair. She's always a great hair model for us when we're in Canada. All right, go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for watching tonight. How's your Christmas looking? You got much planned? My favorite haircut to teach is probably this one because I've been focusing a lot more this year on like body positioning. So how we can like protect our shoulders, protect our back as much as possible. And I think it's so easy with these type of haircuts, people to get in like a weird body shapes. So I like, and we've spoken about this at the academy, me, Steph, and Nick and George, about how we can like improve and stuff and that. So it's really, really cool for body work, I'd say, is this one. But I don't know. I think maybe my favorite class to teach or haircut to do might be a course coming out next year. But no, in the shop, I'm pretty open. I like doing anything that gives me the chance to think. Now, I prefer scissor work because scissor work, I think, is proactive. I get to make the decisions with angles and lengths and so much. Whereas I think, say, fade work to me is all reactive. All you're doing with fading is you see a dark spot and your goal is to get it out. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a haircut, a style is named after the cut. So, for example, the pompadour isn't named a pomp because of how short the sides are. A flat top isn't named after the flat top. The crop isn't named after the sides. Do you know what I mean? So, to me, I like that it's more proactive. Here's our section in pattern. I hope that answers your question. Sorry, I got a bit of a rant then. Do apologise. We will be starting at the crown section. And again, what we're going to be doing, guys, comb underneath, nice and clean. One section. Now, I like to be really, really neat with my sectioning. So I'm just going to grab everything that will reach super, super tight. And I'm going to clip it because I like clips. and I'm pretty sure Butters Rob isn't watching, so don't know if he likes clips as much as me. So, and then what I'm going to do, guys, is pull this down to my baseline. Now, a lot of people will say, like, why am I pulling it down? Why am I going to elevate it? And it is simply because it's better to retain the weight and then choose to get rid of it than if I get rid of it, it's gone and I can't use it anymore. Second section. Again, pulling down to that base. And I'm literally just almost playing the dot to dot. I'm not thinking about the entire image at this point. I'm literally just focusing on, does this line connect to that line? Last one on this one, guys. And now what I like to do is after each section is I'm going to check it. So as we're doing the back to take into the vanguard, is that still flowing back nicely? Absolutely. It's very seamless blend coming through here, coming in here, and then out again to retain the length at the bottom there. We're then going to be working through our corner. Now the corner, guys, I've had it before in our classes this year. People ask, well, what does it actually do? The corner. Why do we section that off on purpose? What is it to do? And guys, it's simply that the corner section is determining the external weight and silhouette of the haircut. And what I mean by that is how square is it going to be? Not a lot there. And again, because I'm going to retain as much weight as I can and pull down to my baseline. But what you can see here, guys, is really unique. I think George says it a lot, Nick, you'll have to let me know, is the best thing about having our corner section is we now get two guides, which is always better than one. So we've got the guide from our crown, and then we have the guide underneath here from our base. And then just as I get in front of the ear, I'm just going to retain a little bit of weight there.
That sounds about right. If there's anything George loves, it's more than one guide.
And again, guys, really looking cool coming through here. Now moving on to our front. Now, my tip number 9 for today, guys, is in a shop setting. What I like to do is I will actually get a rough guide first here, because then I know where the client wants it to finish. And I'm going to use the client's face. So right now, Abe's hair is super long and it's super awesome. So we're literally just going to go to his lips. Very loosely done. Now, I'm going to play a little game of dot to dot. So I'm just going to connect, following that through. Exactly where we wanted it to finish.
Well,
yes, sir.
Just jumping in and letting you know that we've got viewers from the USA, Canada, Chile, the UK, Denmark, Finland, all over the place.
Oh, amazing. Guys, as we said at the start here, thank you so much for joining us on our Christmas special. Like, it truly means a lot to us as a team that you're choosing to watch us today. And, you know, special thanks to Nicholas that's been setting up these lives all year. Like, bless him, I'm sure he'd much rather be playing his bass. We all know that he loves it. His band was super sick as well. Check it out.
I love doing education. I love this. This is the highlight of my Mondays.
There you go. So, guys,
what is this? This is our sorry to jump on you. This is our third year of Paul's 12 Tips of Reuzel Miss, yeah?
Yeah, it is. It's our third year. So last year we were sort of like playing with it, and then it was like, oh no, I might actually write some of these down, you know. So again, tip number 9, guys, like I said, was actually using the client's face shape so they can determine that length at the front. So the final external length of the front there. And so we have got our crown, corner, and front again, guys. And you might be able to see this side a lot more clearly, is what we're going to be doing. It's coming through. Again, comb at the bottom of the section, guys. Nice and tight. And then I'm just combing down to my baseline there. You actually just lean it forward just slightly. That's it, perfect. Just coming down, boom. And then I'm just retracting the scissor as I work. So I'm not pushing the hairs, guys. Again, comb at the bottom. The finger nice and clean. Notice, guys, that I'm really, really consistent with getting that in one movement if I can. It's such a really important skill to practice in your barbershop. Like, I definitely, if I haven't done a haircut in a while or practice some sectioning patterns for a while, I will literally buy a head just so I can practice. Because I think it's so important for us to keep our skills up. Just make sure nice and flows, nice. And then our last one on our crown section. And then what I like about this, guys, I'm just meeting them both in the middle there. And we're going to be checking it exactly how we did on the other side. So I'm just going to be brushing this back. Yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. Does that look cool, Dan?
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, sick. Very cool, you see. So coming through on our corner section, guys. Also, I love about with cutting hair, especially like our longer stuff in our ranges, like either the London Calling collection or like our classics, is I do absolutely love just even watching like the sectioning patterns. It's, to me, that's just so satisfying. Let me know. Do you guys feel that as well? Do you guys enjoy when you're just seeing like the patterning coming through?
Almost therapeutic.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. And then just like as long as we get in front of the ear, we're just retaining that a little bit there. Lovely. Now that's done. Brush it back. Again, we get that nice tucked in look there whilst retaining weight here. Tucks in there and then comes out again longer at the back there. Perfect, perfect. Now again, tip number 9 was using the client to determine the desired length. On Abe here, I've gone for his lips. And then I'm just loosely working backwards and then forwards to check it. Because now I have that guide. But here, I'm just going to bring all of that across. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so when we've done like our sectioning pattern, when we've done our sectioning pattern now, what we did is we worked with zones. We've already worked with zones 1, 2, 3. The corners are so important for zone 3 because that is going to determine the overall squareness and silhouette of our haircut. And now we've only got zone 4 to work through, guys. So this is coming through nice and wide. I'm actually using pretty much a hairline there. And now I've cut the crown, right? We cut our crown section. So I'm going to elevate up so it's 90 degrees. Now, how do I know it's 90 degrees? Because it's going to be straight up to the ceiling. And I'm going to take a little bit, grab a little bit. I'm still working towards the apex, but now I'm just going to retain that length. So now we're going to have our ramp, guys. And again, this is just focusing on all the internal weight of our haircut. Now, I'm not worried about did I take too much off the crown, because what I did is I used the longest, shortest piece of the crown to determine that length. Now it's coming through, nothing to cut. Smidgen. Guys, you guys in Canada or anywhere else in the world, you got to tell me, do you guys use the word or equivalent word to a smidge or smidgen? What do you think, Dan? Is that a rest of the world thing or is that a British thing?
It might be. Might be a little
Give us
different.
give us a definition of smidgen, Paul.
The smidgen is just like just a little bit. It's just a smidge. Just a smidgen.
Yeah, I think we just say a little bit.
God, the Americans are so literal. Do you know why they use the word sidewalk? Because
that's where we walk, Paul.
Somebody had to tell them you don't walk in the road, you walk on the side. Oh, amazing. And that
Don't
was
get me
the story
started.
of- That's how Paul got fired. Wait, is the boss watching today or am I not fired yet?
I haven't seen her. She hasn't checked in. I'd like to say that I think my favorite memory from this past couple weeks ago when we were all together is at the Denver Academy. Everyone's getting ready to graduate. And for those of you that have joined us at the Denver Academy, you know we like to do something very special for graduation. But before we jumped into our special thing for our students, I played England's national anthem for Paul, and he just stood at attention in silence and in respect. It was the first time he shut up all weekend.
Yeah, I'll do it for the Queen, not who passed away sadly, not the King. But Queen Liz, oh, what a woman. What a woman. Now, I'm just doing some light, rough detailing before we blow dry. Just get rid of these hairs at the back here that we know we're not going to miss. But honestly, guys, I hope showing you these steps is really like giving you guys that confidence that even though we have cut our Vanguard haircut from our classic line, but it shows you that with decision making and design, you actually can still be creative with it. So even with water, now as much as I love our brand, water is the product to see how things flow. And so because of that, I'm going to be using my favorite of our newest products. And I'm going to give you guys just a couple seconds to guess what it is while I dry it in a haircut here. But to dry it in, I'm going to add a little bit more of our groomings on it. And I'm actually not going to dry it in because I didn't bring my dryer. So I'm going to skip that.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. Actually, it'll look better without it because I'm going to be using our hydrating styling cream. Now, in terms of fashion, London, Manchester, these fantastic places in the UK. I'll even say Dublin for Ireland, but just for you, lad.
Oh, thank you. But we're not in the UK.
I shouldn't say, don't worry. I accept Ireland in the UK. Now, so I'm going to be using this, and the reason is that a lot of looks coming in now are having that sort of moisture-heavy kind of look to it, which does look absolutely sensational. It looks so good. So it's not quite like a grease, but just having this in your hair, and then the hydration styling cream, it's basically like a leave-in conditioner, but it's also fantastic if you're working with like afro hair, heavily textured hair. It's going to really control the frizz, and it's just going to retain that lovely, lovely bit of moisture coming through the haircut, whilst being strong enough just to keep a few of those flyaways like keeping down. But the finish, having that sort of moisture look, I think it just works extremely, extremely well. Nick, what do you think? Is it one of your favorite new products from our range, or?
Hydrating styling cream? Yeah, I love it. I love it for any sort of longer length, any sort of like a rock and roll shag, any sort of mullet looks, or anything that just requires a little bit extra love and hydration if your hair is a little bit too frizzy or on the coarser side. It's one of my favorite products to use.
Absolutely. Mine as well. Mine as well. I literally use it on most haircuts now, to be honest with you, just because of like the versatility of it and how you can have it on so many different types of client. So this kind of thing is the sort of look that is starting to become really, really popular. It's like heavily moisturized, but with good shape control, brush lines, and then like a loose finish on top. Not quite say a gel look like you would have had in the 90s, or even like super greasy, but more just that like nice, heavily moistured type of finish. And at the back, we can still keep it somewhat classic. Just coming through. Okay, so one of the rules, where do we get to? I think we're on 10, Nick, right? For our tips.
I have no idea. You lost me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure it's 10. It could be 10.
Yes, 10.
I think it's 10. So 10 is after you put product in, it does not mean you finish the haircut, because now you can see how the haircut is flowing even with your desired product in, and make adjustments. Again, now I'm just sort of having like a little bit of creativity with this. Yeah, I like that. So just going like a little bit tighter right in the center, but retaining the length through the corners here, guys. So like I said, tip number 10 is, just because you think, well, I put product in it, that means I'm done. It just shows you what the finish look could be. Yeah. Nick, are we allowed to talk about the special thing that's happening next year?
It depends on what special thing you're talking about, Paul. Is it the special thing that you and I and George are involved in at the beginning of the year?
The three of us together.
Oh, you can have my thunder if you want it. I was going to talk about it at the end of the
I'll leave that for you. I'll leave that for you. Nick can explain it better than me. Tip number 11, guys, is having that cocktail of products. So what you saw me use today was a combination of our grooming tonic. Now, I used this in two different ways, right? First of all, it's really fantastic to help with cleaner sections when you're working with longer hair, because it's going to have like that slight stickiness to it. So it's going to help keep the sections nice and clean and separated. And then using our brand new hydration styling cream. Now this, like I said, is one of my favorites just because I love the finish on it. And you don't have to even dry it in. You can literally have it on sort of damp hair and then work with it. And like I said, this kind of thing is going to be like a big look for the next year. So just giving you a heads up, really. But yeah, just cocktailing my products together. Have some fun. I want to know what your guys' favorite cocktail is. This Christmas, I'm going to be having White Russians. So let us know in comments what your Christmas cocktail is going to be. And if you've tried this combination yet, that'd be great to know. Tip number 12 of our Reuzel tips, guys, is don't eat yellow snow. Right, guys, I just wanted to say that is a wrap. Can you believe what a year we have had? We have had some amazing educators on our lives. Nick has done a fantastic job hosting these and making them possible, doing all of the tech work behind the scenes. I'm at the point of a granddad now. I barely know how to use my phone. And most importantly, though, it is a special thank you to you guys choosing to spend your evenings watching our classes or coming to a class in either Denver in 2026. We've got classes up there already. We've got classes in Rotterdam at Schorem, Hairschneider and Barbier. I'm going to be over there at least 3 times next year. So hopefully we'll see you there. I can't wait to meet you guys in person. Yeah, have a fantastic Christmas. Happy holidays and all of that. We hope you've enjoyed our Christmas special and our 12 tips for Christmas. I will pass you over to Nick now so I don't steal his thunder, so he can enjoy that second there. So Nick, take it away. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Paul. You're too kind. Hey, Paul, before you get out of the shop for the day, could you take some photos and whatnot, video of your haircut, and then throw those 12 tips for like a reel or something? Put those up, or just put them up on your stories. Just share those. Thanks for watching and hanging out with us all year, everybody. We really appreciate it. We really could not be doing this without you all. Just a couple of new things we wanted to talk about going into 2026. Starting with January 1st, we've got a new product launch, something very exciting. I absolutely love it. We got to play around with it a little bit at the Denver Academy this last couple of months. We're going to launch a grooming tonic texture foam. So it's a new product coming into the grooming tonic family. It's like the beard mousse, but it's a pump, except it's a grooming tonic. So it's really, really great. Upcoming Facebook Lives, January 26th, we've got David Brockhoff. We're featuring him for January 26th. In-person education at the Denver Academy, starting off 2026. We've got...
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Where'd you go? You guys are there. I see you. Launching 2026 in-person education, January 25th and 26th. We've got a classics class. February 22nd, 23rd, we're doing Clipper Carnage, and March 22nd and 23rd, we're combining a classics class with a beard class. Old School on the Road at Schorem, February and March are fully booked. However, the 12th of April, there are spots available. And finally, our very special announcement for 2026, we're launching something brand new, something we're very excited to talk about. We're introducing the Lard Lounge. It's going to be a Reuzel podcast featuring Scumbassadors and their stories from behind the chairs. It's going to be myself, my wonderful co-host, George Acatato, and our very first special guest will be Paul Taylor-Clinch. So we're closing out 2025 and we're going to kick off 2026 with Paul. Just a quick blurb. This is what the Lard Lounge is all about. It's going to be a podcast where Scumbassadors share real stories, raw lessons, and the wisdom that can only come from life behind the chair. For students starting their journey to seasoned pros shaping the industry, we're going to dive into all the cuts that make Reuzel, the culture, and the community that make this craft more than just a job. So grab your combs, your capes, your clippers. It's time to get Reuzel. We'll see you in 2026. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.